first thing on the first item is this handout. This is Telpass, and these are, and I didn't have an electronic copy, or I would have made it bigger, the font bigger, because it's hard to, I mean, it's just a lot of reading, but you need to probably read it at your leisure. About, you can't start until February 17th. That's your first day, and then it has to be done by March 21st, and there's lots of different, you can't just have the, you can't just have the ESL kids right. You have to have everybody right, and it has to be something about mathematics. There's some little samples on the back of sample prompts. Your team can decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and then you, I think a good thing to do would be to have a place for name and date, because it has to have their name and date, and some of them, if you just tell them to write it. And then I think we're going to give, in our team, a lined paper, like run-off lined paper with the heading, all you can have is name and date, and no instructions on the paper, but just lines, and that way they'll know. And it has to be a page long. But then it says if they can't write a page, then you can take what they have. So, I don't know. Anyway, we'll do the best we can with that. We're just going to go over this first, and then, is that okay? And then we'll get our side of the way. If you have cool word wall stuff, then take pictures of it and send it out. Robin's going to talk about seniors.
Yes.
But Mr. McDaniel wanted us to reiterate, and then Robin says that'll be double. No surprises for seniors. The nightmare is that they're worried about is that at the end of the year there'll be a senior whose parents got invitations and cap and gown, and they think they're going to graduate, and then they find out at the last minute, oh, they failed Algebra 2, so they can't graduate, or English 4, and no one told them that it was coming. It's not that they can't fail, it's that we don't want it to be a surprise. They thought they were passing the whole year. Now really, they know when they're, if you never get above a 50 on the test, but then they still can say, the teacher never told me, so be sure and tell. And I know you're going to say more about that. And he said a phone call is preferred. An email is lesser but acceptable, or a letter, but a phone call is preferred. February 12th is What's Great at Boyd.
Can I ask that real quick about that?
Yes.
My problem that I had at the end of last year is the APEX situation. There's not a way for us, like if they failed first semester Algebra 2 and now they're in APEX, it's hard. I don't know if they're going to pass or not. Mm-hmm. And so I never know if that goes on to the counselor, or how do you know if they're going to get the credit from APEX?
Yes, I would notify the parents that it all depends on their APEX grade, so the parents will get on the APEX grade and then notify the counselor. I've told the parents that, that,
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it leaves our, like it's no longer our decision.
Yeah. But somebody needs to know. Like, let as many people know as possible. This would be my suggestion. Okay, February 12th, What's Great at Boyd? 6 to 8 p.m. We talked about some different things that we could do. This is that one that's traditionally hard for us, because what do we have to showcase in math that's all that exciting? And so, but we do have some good suggestions. These are, remember last year we made colored copies of everybody's different colors, the syllabi, and then we had like things like the how to pass math at Boyd, and our calculator ideas, and then there was a good one about how to pick what you're going to take after Algebra 2, and it gave them ideas. They want us to have some of our students available to answer questions. So start thinking about who you can corral into doing that. Somebody suggested, because I asked them, like, what can we do in math that would be interesting for parents that would, because especially when we get down at this end of the hall, they just come in and out of the auditorium to their meetings and just pass right by. So one thing we're going to do is put some cool things out, some geometry shapes and algebra tiles, and I think we should put some of the Inspire calculators just to show that's our technology. Like when other people are showing what technology they use, that's our technology.
What about some videos that some of you are using in your classes?
That's the
Pull
other
up
thing,
the
yes.
websites that,
Mhm.
because y'all's Weebly's and stuff, I mean, some of your websites are just awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, why not pull up some of that stuff and show them those, and, you know, we can play, you know, some videos and things like that to show the parents, this is the kind of thing that we're using to help supplement our lessons and.
Also, JJ suggested, and maybe we could get him to help us to film it and do it for us, about our, the classes that are flipping. And because that's informational, like some of our classes that are doing, the flipped class. And that way it wouldn't be so scary to parents and we wouldn't get so much pushback maybe I think this year's a lot better than last year, and
A ton better.
people are getting more and more used to
Amen.
it. But if we had an informational video, maybe he would come film some people talking about it, interview some kids. Think of some kids
That are watching the
more with it,
videos.
Are watching the videos and doing
Well,
and let them
Probably
give a
want to
testimonial.
see what they have to say, because you definitely